Well, here we come with that moment when I upset 3/4 of the school with the results of this year's competition. A panel of myself, Mrs. Tweddle, Mr. Yolton and Mr. Sandford-Smith had a sneak preview earlier, and I've got the results here in this envelope. The Chine, first of all, should up and dance with me. They managed a few camera shots to a keyboard being played, but there was a lack, according to Mr. Sandford-Smith, of any obvious musicianship in there. There was, however, very clear choreography, the execution of which was very strong in places, some good zombie dancing. It was a shame there was no live vocals, but the lip syncing worked pretty well and the words were known by most. For me personally, this was a lively and certainly it cheered me up piece of performance. Clever little touches. I like the falling sunglasses, for example, and a particular shout out to Miss Thomas and Mrs. Hall, who led from the front despite being last. We had a really good cheery start to the competition there from Chine, and lovely hints of green as well. Hanover, tell me what you want. I wasn't sure whether to be impressed or unimpressed to know that it all been done in 8 hours' time, but the storytelling was really good, and it was good to see Ollie's got some friends to keep him company during lockdown. There was a good effort on the costume front from some of the performers, and it's good to have some characterisation there and see some of the individual Spice Girls, and also some nice referencing to our current situation with the masks. Good use too of outdoor locations, and I hope everybody there was observing social distancing, Tegan. A fair attempt was made at lip syncing here, but perhaps there could have been a bit more going on, and we wondered at the end whether you might have made more use of those outside the sixth form, who certainly seemed to be there in spirit, along with their dogs and teddy bears and office equipment and so on. Trinity, Don't Start Now, again, great storytelling and some committed acting performances there, and a really strong, inventive and creative start. We love the disco lights, impressive dancing with teachers and pupils throwing down what Mr. Yulton described as some sick moves. We also got some live vocals. Hurrah, says Mrs. Tweddle, and Trinity got the highest score on the musicianship element, with the whole song being played by their own instrumentalists. They took a risk with this and it paid off, with drums, bass and keyboards all contributing well. They could improve further, Mr. Sandford-Smith felt, by the bass on the balance. He felt that the bass was very quiet in the mix when it should have been up front. The editing was really effective though, and I felt like I was watching a good old-fashioned 1980s pop video. In short, quote, the editing was slick and the dancing was sick. Seaford. Great to see these committed glam rockers with great use of makeup. The glam rocking Bagnall Joneses were a sight to behold, and there was again a really creative use of location and props. I liked the start again. Shame there was no live vocals, but there was really good lip syncing here, and the words were clearly known and the majority of the house appeared to be doing it. You made really good use of Patrick's guitar, and this was well timed and balanced with the original recording giving a professional sound. We would have liked more instruments if possible though, because there was still a reliance on the original song, but I really enjoyed seeing the air guitars and the keyboards and the like, and there was a really nice symmetry in the storytelling. I felt that this, of all songs, could have been the anthem of our COVID lockdown. Whilst all the other three houses cheered us up, and we all needed that, Seaford gave us an angry, lively resistance, and it's that song that has stuck with me as I'm now feeling back about all the performances. So we put our marks together. We also looked at participation levels, how many pupils in each of the houses had got involved in that, and as a result, we have the results in here. And I can tell you that in 4th place this year was Hanover. In 3rd place was Chine. And I do, before I give the final results, want to say a big shout out to everybody that got involved and put this together. It's really cheered us up in the afternoon. But with Chine in 3rd place, it meant that 2nd place went to Seaford, and the winners, nice yellow post-it note, were Trinity. Congratulations, Trinity. I don't know if you'll get a reprise, but you can watch the whole thing again, I'm sure, online. And I hope you all have a fabulous half-term, and well done on getting to this point. Thank you to Mr. Sandford-Smith for coordinating this, and for all those of you in the houses that have put it all together.